Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Will Vereen. He's a wide receiver out of South Carolina State. How's your day going, buddy?
It's good. How about yourself, man?
Doing well, man. Still busy. We're working our way towards draft day. So obviously, a lot of guys are very busy training, getting themselves right for that. But I do want to get a chance to meet you. So why don't you go ahead and kind of start us out? Give us like a brief summary of you and your career, if you don't mind.
Honestly, right now, man, I played at South Carolina State for 3 years. First year I was redshirted. Second year I started getting it going. We played a couple of games. I started off 10 games, and then sophomore year I played I think halfway through the season, 4 games. Got hurt, tore my ACL, so that ended that season. But came back. As you know, COVID hit. 2020 we didn't have a season, so came back 2021 and I made it happen, and now I'm here. So.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, pandemic year kind of hurt a lot of people. So um, tell me about that pandemic year for you. I mean, obviously we were talking about 2020. I mean, there's not football going on. What did you do to stay motivated during that time?
Honestly, man, I was very down on myself because I had another surgery. I had 2 surgeries actually, but I just took in. I just went into it with the mindset of just staying positive. Keep working. At that point, I was rehabbing hard just to get back so I could be healthy for the 2021 season. So just honestly, just staying positive and making the best of my opportunity that I was given.
Gotcha. Obviously, those sorts of things, like you said, with surgeries, happens to a lot of people. Being able to bounce back from that is definitely key. And
Mm-hmm.
according to my notes, I mean, you were able to bounce back from that pretty good. I mean, you were named second team all conference there in the MEAC, so that was great.
Sure.
Talk to me about you as a wide receiver. What kind of wide receiver would people be getting in you? Tell me a bit about you and your skill set.
I would honestly say what sticks out to scouts, in my opinion, what I would think is my explosiveness off the ball, the way I run routes. I definitely can stretch a field, and I'm that reliable guy that blocks downfield or try my best to anyway. And just a team player and play my role. Nothing more, nothing less. So
So, what about you as a special teamer? You got experience doing that as well?
actually, 2019 year, I did return kicks for a little bit, man. Yeah. I returned kicks, I think, for 3 or 4 games. I think it was 3 games before I got hurt, as I told you. And then I played safety man on kickoff, so that was kind of cool. He not really doing much; he just chilling. And then on kickoff return, I was on the front line, so it was pretty easy, man.
Well, I mean, obviously, when it comes to getting your shot at the next level, I mean, being able to say yes, I have experience on special teams, like, and willingness to do a whole lot of different things there. It gets you on the field and hopefully gives you opportunities so that you could work your way, up through a depth chart, maybe impress some coaches and things. So nice that you have that at the very least in your experience. So. Uh,
100%.
I do want to chat a little bit about some of the gear you're wearing. So, you were one of the fortunate players that were invited to the HBCU Combine.
hmm
So, talk to me a little bit about that event, man. Like, I know that's a fantastic, thing that the NFL did this year. So, walk us through all that.
Honestly, it was just definitely an experience to remember. We flew in on our flights from Friday. Uh, that weekend it was just full of. We had dinners. We actually had a chance to talk to all personal NFL agents and stuff like that. We talked to all 32 teams, and we did interviews for about 3 hours straight. So it got tiring, but it was definitely very fun for the most part. You built a lot of connections and a lot of networking and stuff going on to be able to promote yourself as a player. So after that, they gave us the gear. As you can see, I got this. I got a long sleeve, man. I got some new Air Maxes. I got some Nike slides. I got a Gatorade bottle and a new duffel bag. So they got us right for sure.
Yeah,
And then
they definitely hook people up for sure. So.
Yeah, and then Saturday we was at it early in the morning. So my group, as you know, the wide receivers, we had the bench press first. First we weighed in actually. We weighed in, and then we had the bench press first. Then it was kind of tough conditions. We was out there around like 8 o'clock. We ran the 48, 8:30, somewhere around there. And then in 28 degrees. So it was very, very cold. We had to improvise for sure. So just went out there, man, and just gave my best foot forward and did the best I could do. And I'm very happy with my performance.
So talk to me about that performance. What do you feel stuck out the most, like with your performance overall?
Um, well, one guy, he posted me on Twitter, I clocked a 4.4440 in 30-degree weather, man. You know what I'm saying? And then on the bench press, I hit 21. I hit 21 reps. So my biggest thing was going to that. I was a little shy of my goals, but I'm definitely satisfied I'm able to keep working, you know what I'm saying, and stay consistent because I do want a 4.3 eventually. So
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I mean, you are kind of hitting a benchmark, just kind of in general when you're talking about those 4.4 ranges. So
mhm.
that's definitely a fair number. I mean, and also the 21 reps, man. I mean, when you talk about wide receivers, like you don't necessarily think of a wide receiver as a guy that can put up a number like that. So it definitely means
Right,
that you have some good upper body strength. So
right.
that's great. Again, I have you listed about 5'11", 195 pounds ish. So, a
Mhm.
fair size there as well. So that we're not just seeing you as a slot guy. We're seeing you as a guy that we could probably put in a lot of different packages and sets. So, I mean, whether it be an inside slot guy, an outside flanker. So, I mean, we can move you around a lot there. Um, Anything else you want to talk about with regards to that HBCU combine? Maybe like any relationships you were able to build?
Actually, I had HBCU game day. They interviewed me for a little bit. And there was another guy, I think his name, I forgot his name, but I had a brief interview with him as well. And we just talked a little bit about my performance and stuff like that. He quoted my tweet on Twitter and he was saying I was benching more than some linemen and stuff like that. So me and him, we gained a very good relationship for sure. And I think his interview posted a little bit, on Instagram a little later. So I gained a couple of relationships for sure. And then, oh yeah, I got one guy that's working on the highlight for me. So yeah,
Nice,
man.
great stuff. Obviously, also, we're talking about the HBCU. A lot of guys there, maybe from South Carolina State or otherwise. Like, were
Mm-hmm.
there any other HBCU players that you were able to connect with that maybe perhaps like you hadn't spent time with before, or were actually able to go one on one with, like there, like in your conference or what have you?
Trey Gross from Delaware State. We was going back and forth on the shuttle drill, and then Marquise McLean, he from Southern University. I found out he was a transfer from Auburn, and he really stuck out to me because he was like 215. He hit 18 reps on his, and then I think he ran a 4.5 even. So he was pretty fast. He was big. He really stuck out to me. And then it was another guy from A&M. I think his name was D. Anderson. He was a really good route runner for his size, so that really stuck out for me as well.
Yeah, he's a
So
former LSU guy, so he's
there
a
you
tall
know,
he's a
there you
big tall
know,
dude. Yeah, I know a lot of those guys. So, but I
yeah,
mean,
for
we're
sure.
talking about how you were able to really stand out amongst that crew. I mean, really be able to run a really good 40. Doing well in some of the other events as well. So, and just kind of pumping yourself up a little bit, being able to pump out those 21
Yeah,
reps. So that all that
yeah.
stuff sounds great. So. I do want to get a chance to, I don't know, just kind of give you the opportunity. Tell me about some of the highlights of your career there at South Carolina State. Is there maybe a game or a play that kind of sticks out in your experience?
Well, honestly, I'm gonna start from 2019 year. So we played University of South Florida, and it was a deep ball. It was a back shoulder fade, and Tyrese Nick, he just threw it up, and like I caught it like low, but the ball was like so low to the ground. I like calling it like cuffed it like that, fell, and it was like second down. I think it was like a 30-yard completion. So it was a nice little back shoulder. And then after freshman year, I know I had a nice play. when I scored my first touchdown against North Carolina Central. It was a little seam route I ran up the middle, and Tyrese Nick, he put it on me. I caught it in traffic and fell, and I just got up and I was low-key surprised I caught it, but it's a pretty nice play. So now my third year at South Carolina State, because I only played 3 years of football actually. This was, in my opinion, my best year I had, especially coming off my injury and stuff. Like I said, I tore my ACL and stuff like that. So long story short, I worked my way back from all of that stuff and control what I can control. I had a breakout game against Clemson. So that was definitely a crazy experience to remember. We was playing in front of 90,000, 85,000. And I just got the opportunities I needed to make, man. You know what I'm saying? So I made the best I think I had, to be exact. 4 catches for 96 yards that game. So I had a really good game that season. And then I think another game that stood out to me was New Mexico State. New Mexico State, I had 9 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown. So I was definitely making it happen. And then following New Mexico State, we played Bethune-Cookman, and I had an over 100-yard game as well that game. And just what really stuck out to me from this season and my final year at South Carolina State was just the point of the matter that we made it to the Celebration Bowl. We won the MEAC, and we beat, Deion's team, Jackson State. So it was definitely an experience to remember, man, for sure. So I'm very satisfied with what I accomplished this past 2021 season.
Yeah, like you had mentioned, obviously able to compete with really some of the best, not only in your conference but all across college football. So, putting up some damn good numbers there.
Yeah.
I know also in practice. You're practicing up against really some of the best talent there. Again, in Kobe and Zafir and others, so that are really helping to push you to be the best player that you can. So it's great to see you on that big stage, like you said, where you're playing up against all that great talent. So really like that. So hopefully the scouts will be able to turn on that film and see some of those plays that you were talking about. So
for sure.
I do want to kind of give you a quick question, just so that we can, get to learn a little bit maybe about how you've grown over the years. So, if you were able maybe to, go back a little bit and maybe talk to your high school self, maybe give him some pointers as to how he needs to really go through your college journey. What sort of advice would you give him?
High school I would say 9th grade year, I would have locked in a little bit more. I would have took it more seriously, and understood that my potential of what I became, it was a possibility. It could have been even more if I would have locked in earlier, 9th grade year. I really didn't start, I took football serious 9th grade year, but I really didn't really stamp it okay, I want to go to college football and go to NFL till about 10th grade year, mid, second semester, 10th grade year, going into my 11th grade year when I started playing varsity. But 9th grade year, I would have made better decisions and took it very much more seriously in the classroom and off the field as well, for sure.
Gotcha. Obviously, at some point you were able to, I guess bring it all, together and make it all work. And you
Exactly.
you find yourself there at South Carolina State, doing some great things there. I would assume also obtaining a degree there. So what'd you get your degree there in at South Carolina State?
I got my degree in computer science, man. So that was definitely a hassle, but I made it happen for sure. I made it happen.
So, obviously, getting a degree in computer science, having a degree, obviously, under your belt certainly helps, just kind of in general. Obviously, got to be very proud of that. So, of all your accomplishments that you were able to do, that degree, being named second team, all conference, what do you feel like has been your biggest accomplishment, as a college student and athlete?
Honestly, I would say for sure graduating college, especially in that degree, because that's definitely a tough field to be in, and it's just numerous jobs, and many people can't stay consistent with that because it's very tedious work. And then I would say actually coming back from my injury to surgery, like I said, and just how the situation went, and actually not only coming back, but coming back and producing, you know what I'm saying, at a top tier level, and just making the best of my performance and my opportunities that was given 2021 season.
Let's also kind of talk a little bit about who this Vereen guy is, like, outside of football. So, anything interesting, unique you want to chat about with regards to yourself, hobbies, interests, or anything you got, man? Hit me with something.
Definitely, I like to say I like to travel, man. I like to travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like to go out of state to state, North Carolina, really just North Carolina, honestly. Because I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got that money yet. Hopefully when I'm in the league, I can be able to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but as of right now, I like to travel a ton. Charleston, places like that. And just really be chilling. I like the beach, of course, because I am from Myrtle. So I like places like that, you know?
Interesting. So, traveling a whole lot everywhere. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, trying to think of a good question. So, if you do, I mean, obviously, get to the next level, get that big fat paycheck. You got this one dream car that maybe one day that you think that you're gonna, have.
uh, Man, that's kind of hard to say because so many new cars come out every year. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of sort of, I just kind of go with the flow. Whatever catch my eye, I just put all my eggs in one basket like that. Something new come out every year. So if I had to choose though, I'd say right now like a McLaren or something for real.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Will, where are you training at right now? I mean, obviously we're preparing for the draft and other things, but where are you training at? Or you have any coaches that you're working with right now?
Well, as of right now, I'm back home. I'm training with a guy, Terrence Butler. He's with ESA Fitness. He's been my childhood trainer since I've been about 13 years old, on and off. So I've been with him for a little while for sure.
Great. And, as we begin to close down this interview, I mean, I do want to give you the opportunity to just kind of, address all those scouts out there as to, I mean, maybe guys who don't know you or what have you, give them maybe just your pitch as to why they need to pay attention to you, give you the opportunity at the next level, have them sign you and bring you into their franchise. So go ahead and hit all those scouts with your pitch.
I'm gonna say, as a guy from Wolverine himself, I'm gonna give it 110% day in and day out, man. I'm a very hard worker, and I try my best to stay consistent and do everything right, and don't cause no distractions on and off the field, and just try my best in everything I do. I mean, you're gonna get 110% day in and day out for sure. A guy that's passionate about the game, and that's just what it is, man.
I mean, obviously, you get a guy who's very gritty, very determined. I mean, going to go out there and compete. I mean, you get a guy that could, be used in a lot of different facets. Whether it be on special teams, slot, wide, what have you. I mean, you're
For
able to
sure.
do a whole lot of things, and just for people that were able to witness you at the HBCU Combine, I mean, you really stood out amongst a whole lot of other people at your position. So I mean, hopefully people will go back and look at that film and really say, hey, this guy's got a lot going for him. So
Sure.
I do feel like there's going to be some team out there who's going to take a chance on you, and Will, I mean, I just wish you best of luck with all of that. All right.
I definitely appreciate your time too, man, for sure.
Sure, no problem. Again, I have with me Will Vereen. He's a wide receiver out of South Carolina State. Thanks for watching.